Hi, so in this video today we will learn about why technology upgradation is required in your business. The technology upgradations means I am talking about managerial tools like the ERP softwares or like any kind of technology that is coming to manage or help businesses to manage better. Okay, so there are so many questions are going around when we visit customers or when we talked about the ERP solutions. Why then they often used to compare their ERP solutions with their Excel sheet, which is actually totally a wrong concept. Okay, so ERP is a software which is especially designed to manage businesses. So ERP has all the ability and all the modules like which is required to handle a business properly. Okay, so there are so many softwares which are standalone, which are only good at finance or like only in the particular HR or only in manufacturing and all these things kind of. Okay, but when you are running a business, you need a tight integrations with all the departments. Okay, so when you have any kind of like resource planning or like you want to integrate or you want to collaborate with your team, then your software should have the capacity to handle your business and the communication in between the teams seamlessly. Okay, so ERP is by default in nature, it is like that it will help you to collaborate properly, and it will consist all the modules which is required for to handle business properly. Also ERP really helps you to improve your business processes. Okay, so what we have noticed in so many companies, they talk about their managerial issues, or they're saying that my sales team is not able to work properly, or they are not giving output properly, or the HRs, they are no employees are not satisfied with the salary structure mechanisms or the leave policies, all these things. Okay, so why all these things happen in companies actually? So the basic answer for this is like most of the companies are lacking business processes. Okay, and secondly, business processes is not just a small thing that you will develop overnight. Okay, so you need good experienced people, and secondly, you will not get that level of person who can develop your business process without any glitches. Okay, so let's first understand what is business process, then you will understand what is the benefit of having ERP, because ERP by default consists of a lot of business processes which will help you really to means like set up your business or give a proper environment to your company to work in like in non-political kind of environment or non-partiality kind of environment. Okay, so let's first understand what is business process. So business process is very simple thing actually. Suppose for example, process is what, like anything you have to do, then you have to follow certain rules and regulations to do. Okay, so now just let's say that your salesperson need to sell anything. The first thing what you have to give is that, like the first thing you have to give is what is the current stock, the first thing, the price list. Okay, what will the payment terms and conditions, everything that you have to give. Okay, so in so many companies that we have seen that when someone is asking quotation from that salesperson have to connect directly to the MD or the someone who is in the higher authority. Okay, so if you have already process in your place, then what will happen, you will already keep your price list ready, and then in that price list you will keep all the conditions, like if someone is asking for the discount, if the means like order need to be delivered to the particular remote area or XYZ or export or import anything. Okay, so in your process everything need to be decided beforehand. Okay, then what will happen, so if your salesperson is going to sell that product, then that person will know that how I have to react or how I have to answer if this questions are being asked from the customer side. But in most of the cases what happens, salesperson have to wait for it. Okay, wait for it from the MD's approvals, then MD will give the approval, yeah, you give this much of discount, and then you just get another approval after the quotations preparation. So you can see that for just a simple thing, just he wanted to submit the quotation, okay, to the client. But for these quotations there are so many questions which are not by default in your place. So ERP will help you out how to design all these things. Okay, so that your salesperson or HR or anyone, means like if you have manufacturing plants, all these things will be for the manufacturing plant. You need a very clear instructions for the bill of materials, and the bill of materials also have different kind of, like you can say, make to order or ready to stocks kind of manufacturing things are going on. Okay, so you need to define, and how you communicate manually with them when these things need to complete. But in ERP you will have all these things ready. Okay, so ERP is not just a piece of software, it also help you to manage your business properly, and also it help you to develop your process properly, so that you can erase the confusion in between the employees and the communications between you and the between your management level and between the employees level. Okay, so which is very much crucial for a healthy company to grow. Okay, so ERP, so many people think that ERP is just a piece of software. Actually, ERP is not just a piece of software, it is a complete environment in your company. It's an ecosystem of your company. Now let's discuss about some of the failure case, or like some of the companies which have failed due to lack of technology in their company, or you can say upgradation toward the technology was very least interested for them. Okay, so one of the famous story that you can take from the past is like the askme.com. I think you all have heard about the askme.com. This company, actual company name is Get It Info Services. Okay, so they have started their company in 2011. I think one of the first startups kind of company they were. Okay, so they went very well. They started means like from zero, then they got the valuation of 300 million USD. Okay, then after some time they started acquiring lot of companies. Like they started like getting into the grocery, they started getting into electronics, they were getting into means like different segmentations. Okay, so one thing that you can notice in the askme.com, that all the means like the founding member of the company were from the marketing expertise actually. Okay, so they were very good at the marketing, and the business also got expand very quickly actually in that time actually. Okay, so all of a sudden what happened, they just failed, and they are nowhere in the scenario today. Even in some of the reports that after the closing of the askme.com that they have released, there they have clearly mentioned that some of the records they used to maintain it in Excel sheet, like the client database. Like suppose if someone asks for the refund or return or any kind of queries. Okay, so in the backend office, they used to take long time to respond on that queries, because they had no kind of ERP software solutions like automations kind of. So they have to search for the means like client queries and client related orders in the Excel sheet. Okay, so that used to take huge long time to response, and or like turnaround time, which resulted them in decline of the client services. Okay, and also resulted in a long run that means like they were not able to means like get new customers, or they were huge means like decline of the customers orders. Okay, though lack of technology is not only the reason for their overall failure, so they have a lot of other reasons, like the issues with the investors, like multiple mergers and multiple acquisitions, so that they couldn't handle all the business at once. Okay, so since I pick up only the technical part, because that is my subject actually. Okay, so if you are interested to learn more about their case study, then you can go to the link below, which we have already mentioned from the sources, or you can search in Google or any search engine, so that you will get the idea that what was the reason of their failure. So now coming to one of the most important part, which is related to employees and their productivity. Okay, so most of the time companies think their employees are not working properly. Okay, or they are not able to do what they have been asked to do. Okay, but actually in some of the cases what I have seen, like the companies are not clear about what they want them to do actually. Okay, so suppose for example you have given joining to one employees, and one thing is not clear, that what is my means like check-in time, what is my check-out time, or like when what is my over duty time, what is my leave policies, what will be the my salary structures, so all these things. Okay, so when employee join, they have lot of questions in their mind. Okay, but since you do not have process or like any memorandum kind of thing, so you sometimes you forget to mention them, or they do not ask it, but these questions always remain in their mind. Okay, so most of the MDs, what they used to do when they used to ask questions by employees, then they used to just reply, okay, today is leave, you can take it leave. Yeah, second Saturday is closed. Yeah, second and fourth is closed, you can just like this. They used to work in a very informal way. Okay, but and also the same thing goes for the sales. Okay, sales is like, suppose you have hired someone to make sales, but the price list are not clearly defined. Okay, or like you can say means like if someone is asking for the discounts, all these things are not clear. So all these things are keeping your employee in a confusing stage. So when they're in confusing stage, they will keep on pinging you all the time, that for every step they will keep on calling you. So how you can remove all these things? Okay, the most important thing is that you need to have a very clear vision about what you want them to do for you, and what is the vision of the companies, how you want to work, how you want to control them. If they are making any mistakes, do you have any mechanism to stop those mistakes or not? If not, then at least try to make a develop or policies in a written format and try to give it to them employees very clearly. Okay, so often MDs means like this problem regarding the low productivity of the employee or the confusion stage of the employee, people used to blame directly to their employees. But in my case, what I have seen, the companies itself, they are not clear about the employee's role. So that is one of the major reason that I have seen the company really need to have a proper ERP softwares in their companies, or like any kind of memorandum which clarify all these questions very clearly. Another major issues that we used to face, or like we used to notice in SMEs, like SME sections. Okay, so lack of data is in like they are not maintaining proper data, or only they are concerned about maintaining the data of the finance related. Okay, that is also in a very regional level accounting kind of. Okay, so if those company want to go for the merger of with the bigger companies, or want to go for the investment of the companies, okay, or they want to work outside of their native country, then those the financial record systems are not capable enough to handle international kind of transactions. Okay, so and also I have seen that some companies are working in a service sector, or like the product they are selling which contain some terms and conditions for the warranty or the sale service after sale service. Okay, but they do not have any process or like any systems in their place to maintain their serial numbers, or like their service contract or AMC's contract or service level agreements with them. And also they do not have any mechanism to keep the record of the subscription of the people, like if someone is taking the AMCs, when it is expiring, when it will means like they need to renew, to whom they need to charge, who's already expired. So 90% of the data are not mentioned in the SME sections companies. Okay, and also this is also I have seen in the big in some of the companies when they go for like any merger. Okay, so company used to ask so many data for the to check how healthy this company is, whether this company is capable of handling situation in the larger scale or not. Then what they used to do, they always used to approach auditors or like the CA or CSS for to prepare them the entire data. But in my experience, what I have seen, that CA, CSS, CA or company secretaries are not capable enough to handle the situation like the HR. They always make huge mistakes in HR data maintenance. Okay, though it is not their department, but MD or like the bosses of the companies used to think that they can handle it, which is totally a wrong process. HR itself is a very big department. Okay, and in the manufacturing related data are also not properly maintained, which cause them heavy losses in kind of when they go for some deals which are very big in amount, and also they need huge compliance recorded kind of things. Okay, so ERP kind of solutions or the technology will really help you in managing all these things. Okay, so it is very much important if you really want to scale up your business, or you want to go for means like from local level to MNC's level or in a national level, then you have to maintain your records very clearly. Only the finance record will not help you out in managing the business properly. Finance will be available only when you have business. Okay, so in long run, if you are not serious about the maintaining data or furnishing data to the public or in transparent portal, or like means like when customer is asking, or any which really help you to draw good credibility of your company in front of your customers or investors. Okay, so this is very much important that the company literally should maintain all the data clearly, so that you can gain market very quickly. Since every company wants to means like upgrade their companies, or they want to upscale their companies. Okay, so I have noticed that some companies are not able to manage single warehouse or single factories, but they have aimed to go for one more factories or one more warehouse, or they want to expand throughout the nations or like throughout the world, but their technical bandwidths are not sufficient to assist them in terms of this level of expansions. Okay, so company really need to think that technology can help you really in this segment, because I have experience with some of my clients, those who had only one warehouse at the beginning, but today they are managing almost 30 to 40 kind of warehouses with ERP, with the help of ERP and the technologies. Okay, since you can see that the cloud computing is already there, cloud infrastructure is already there, so it is expansion of the business is not that hard right now. Okay, but yes, the changing of your mentality is hard right now. Okay, so you have to change and you have to see with the latest technology. Okay, so some people are still seeing the technologies and they're thinking that it is not possible and they will lose the control over their inventories, over their financial, because they will be not physically present over there in each and every factories or in the warehouses. So in today's scenario it is not like that. Okay, so you can easily monitor in the very real time that what is going on in your factory 1 or in factory 2 with the help of technologies. Okay, you can even track micro level of data in the real time on the goal. So suppose if you are not, because right now you can see if that all those things are in your mind, but the companies, those who are already in MNC level, like the big giants, they are doing it. How they are doing it? Because of course the adoption of technology. Okay, with the help of technology they all are doing it, this kind of thing. So it is possible for you also. Okay, but you have to accept it that technology is there and you have to adopt it. Okay, so if you are not adopting the technologies without the help of technology, it is not possible. So due to lack of technologies, or like means like lack of process, some companies are not process driven, instead they are trust driven. Trust as in like they're just trusting a group of people, or like someone who is there in the company from the very long, or those who have good experience in the companies. There is nothing wrong in it. So always you need experienced people to run your company, but that should not only the reason that why your company should survive, but rather your company should survive based on the process. Okay, because on the trust basis what happens, sometimes some politics win over the talent, or like some partiality they used to do. Okay, so when your company is on trust basis, you can totally run your company in automation mode, or you can go for long run actually. Okay, so though if you have good people in your company, keep them, but make them to follow the rules and regulations, so which will help you in the long run, and also which will help you to keep the business transparent. And like you do not have to deal with the micro level of politics, or like come in the partialities, or like favorism, this kind of things. Okay, which will really give you a very healthy environment in your company. But this I have seen in so many companies, that MDs or the bosses are only connected to a particular group of persons, which causing other employees to result in the low production, or in like they're not feeling motivated to stay long for in the companies. Okay, which is also can be erased by the technologies, or like there are so many automation tools also that can be used for all this, to erase all these issues. But now the problem is that even after having technology, some people are not changing their way of doing business. They always want to follow the long legacy with them always, even if it is wrong also. Okay, so my suggestion would be like your company should be process driven instead of like on trust basis, or you should never run your company on the means like belief that only particular person can do it, other cannot do it. That kind of things you should never do in your company. And also it create very vulnerable stage for your investors, or for the like people, those who want to invest in your company, those who want to work in your company. Okay, so process driven will really give you a very good result in the companies. And I have seen those who have adopted the process, how they have erased the confusions, how they have erased the partiality, how they have erased the miscalculation of the salaries or the commissions, or means like bonuses, all these things, and later they have seen a very good result in the companies. Okay, so if you are interested to improve your process, or if you are looking for some better solutions, or like if you want to explore the technology or how we are helping the companies, then you are most welcome. You can ping us, or you can write email directly to us, or you can call to directly to our number also. We will be very happy to help you out. And also we will share the case studies that how we have implemented ERPs in some of the companies, where how we are helping companies to make their business process driven.